Hey beautiful people, this video is about strategic execution framework. So frameworks are super valuable because they help you see new things and build new intelligence. And when it comes to strategic execution, there's been departments that have been called strategic execution, but it's not a department. It's actually a mindset, and it's a practice, and it's capability. So I want to help you learn how to build executional capacity into your org's operating system. So think about it. If you had execution capacity in your org's operating system, you could change strategy very effectively and with a lot of agility. And when I talk about building execution capacity into your org's operating system, I'm not talking about the ability to be able to change the org structure and communicate. I'm talking about individual people and teams and departments' ability to be able to move on a dime and be agile, and to be able to go after new markets or go after new opportunities, or change how they're doing their work, or be recipients of a digital transformation, or be recipients of leveraging AI, or whatever it is that they're doing. That ability to be able to be agile in their execution capacity is a huge strategic advantage for any company. Let's talk a little about the definition of strategic agility. If you have execution capacity built into your company, then you're putting yourself in a position where you can have strategic agility. And we all know that the pace of change is happening so much faster, and the companies that are going to get left behind are the ones who don't effectively adopt AI, who can't leverage it to be able to serve their customers, who can't leverage it to be able to develop new drugs or help with new technologies, embed it into those technologies. And the agility that's required to be able to do that requires an understanding of how do we help transformation happen inside organizations without having to rip the org apart. One of the ways that I've found, or my clients have found, is incredibly effective is the idea that we build that execution capacity into every single person inside the organization. In doing that, we put ourselves in a position to be much more strategically agile than we have ever been before. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. So I did work a number of years ago with a very, very large bank in the US, and they were going through a number of different mergers and acquisitions at the time. They'd acquired a couple of different companies. They were looking to integrate them into their own org. They were looking to retain the customer base and be successful with delivering for that new customer. And what we did with them was we helped them actually build executional capacity into the capacity of their people. So same way you build leadership capacity, same way you build decision-making capacity, we built execution capacity. And what that meant was that when people ran into a problem or an issue, or they ran into a process on the other side of the acquisition that was very different from their own one, they actually knew how to be able to change. They knew how to be able to redesign with the people on the other side of the equation. They knew how to pull together a team. Now, granted, we gave them help and support for the first few times that they were doing this, but they built the ability to be able to redesign their work as they were working in it with new people who were coming on board onto their team. And they built an awareness of the execution layer that allowed them to be able to build this capacity very powerfully over time. It gave the bank an enormous agility, the commercial lending side of the bank. It gave them an enormous agility for a long period of time, long after we were gone with the work that we had done. And it allowed them to be able to see how they could build new strategies, incorporate new other businesses as they did M&A work, and allowed them to be able to move with much more fluidity and much more reliability in the agility of their own people to be able to change. Execution architecture is really a strategic asset. So if you think about a strategic execution framework, what you're thinking about is not just how to do the reorgs and the comms. What you're looking at is well, what is an execution layer? How do we build one? How do we help people understand what that is? How do we measure it? How do we assess the impact of it? Where do we begin to deploy it? What are some of the first areas of impact that we would use it in, right? So what I found is it's very valuable to start thinking about the execution layer for any project that you are looking to implement at any particular time. So say, for example, that you have a project to introduce a certain new technology to your organization. organization, and note I'm not using the word rollout, to introduce a certain new piece of technology to your organization. What you're looking to do in there is to build your execution capacity, build your strategic agility, and consider it to be a strategic asset to your company. So think about a project where you might have 200 people as your pilot for how it is that we are going to leverage AI within our organization. Most companies, what they're doing right now, and as I'm talking to them, this is what I'm seeing, is what they're doing is they're building an AI strategy, which is fantastic. But if they're not simultaneously building execution capacity, all that they're doing is they're pushing that change down onto people who aren't able to meet them and understand how to be able to change the way that they work, leveraging the new technologies and the new practices and the new approaches. If instead we had 200 people who understood what the execution layer was, what it looked like, how to design it, how to be able to work within it, how to be able to design it for themselves, how to be able to change it or remodel it as they ran into different circumstances and different issues, then what we would have is we would have that as a capacity, like a leadership capacity, inside our org that we could then leverage and deploy in different areas. So I ran a large tech team for quite a while, and information technology team. I was a CIO. And what we did was we looked to be able to build, I looked to be able to build that capacity into my people. So I thought my people about what execution actually looked like, that execution was really about delivering value for internal customers, that our ability to be able to design with the customers, to develop technology solutions with the customers, to be able to develop, understand what they interpreted as being valuable, understand how that aligned with our strategy, and to be able to orchestrate a network of value, a network of commitments with them. If we could do that, then we could add value for them over time. And so what we did was we were looking to go out there and make offers to them where we were saying, you're going to be my internal customer for this piece of work that I'm going to do, for this value I'm going to do. Design it with me in a way that it serves you very effectively, and allow me to be able to deliver it with your guidance as my customer, so that I'm delivering on something that is going to be satisfactory for you. And we did the work around designing the conditions of satisfaction and the value up front, knowing that it would probably morph and change a little bit over time, but the idea that the customer is responsible for making sure that they were ultimately satisfied and that we were working to deliver on that value to them. As we started with this idea of execution being a network of commitments across an org, or a network of value generation across an organization, what we saw was that we were building execution capacity and awareness within my team, and the execution capacity and awareness within the teams that we were serving. And over time, what happened was we were able to take on progressively more sophisticated initiatives. At the time, it was, knowledge execution initiatives, or knowledge creation initiatives was one of the ones that we looked at. We were able to take on more sophisticated ones. The organization trusted us more. We had an understanding of what execution really looked like. We had an alignment with the strategy. We were able to have more high-level strategic conversations with our executive level team. And so building execution capacity for us was actually a strategic decision and a capacity that we wanted to teach our people, and we wanted each of them to embody that capacity. Now, they've gone to the four winds and are in lots of different places over the years, but what I have consistently heard is the idea of understanding execution as a capacity to build, and also execution as a strategic asset, was something that was very valuable for them, no matter where they went, no matter what org they worked in. So as you start thinking about strategic execution frameworks, and as you start thinking about, well, what is strategic execution, and is strategic execution actually an asset, I really encourage you to read a white paper that I have for you, which is a free resource. There's a link to it down in the comments below, which is www.jenniferkenny.com/. execution. And it's also available on my website, which is under the free resources. There's Execution by Design white paper in there. Let me know what you think about it. It's a pretty different way of thinking about what actually is a strategic asset inside a company, and whether or not you can build that consistently and congruently with your determination or wish to implement an effective strategy, and how do you build agility and strategic execution capacity inside a company. Let me know how it goes for you. Drop me a comment in the comments below, and I wish you the very best of luck with your building of strategic execution capacity. Take care.